Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to my Facebook and YouTube family, my supporters there. I appreciate you joining me as I continue to do my live schedule, as I continue to show up daily to help women transition easier through peri and postmenopause. That is my purpose for being here. So, this is my Monday motivation. And today I'm going to talk about a part of physical wellness during menopause, which is staying active and how important it is even when we don't feel like it, even when we don't see the results, that we continue to stay active. I'm going to talk on my own experience in this area this morning. And I wanted to come on before the actual scheduled time of 9 a.m. That is my scheduled Monday time to be with you every week as I can. When I started the schedule, that's what I said. I said that I was going to show up Monday mornings at 9 a.m. and then Wednesday afternoons at noon, Thursday evenings at 6, and Sunday brunch at 11 a.m. So I was here yesterday and I'm here today. And the first Monday last week I was sick because I had went to see Jill Scott. I've told you this. I know I don't want to bore you with repeating things, but I went to see Jill Scott and I believe that I got COVID. I haven't tested, but I still have the residual chest rattling and all kinds of things. But I'm still showing up because I am dedicated to helping women transition easier through peri and postmenopause. Now, so what we have talked about before when I started the live is that I also go live on the TikTok app, but I couldn't get them on Restream yet so that I could do everything simultaneously. So I start with you all to explain that I'm adding TikTok. And when I look up here like this, it's not me ignoring you. I'm looking at my iPad so I can talk to them as well because I've been going live there for quite a while now. And so I do have people that show up and talk to me. And this is new for me on Facebook and YouTube. So I would encourage you all to please interact as well. I can talk, I can see your comments. And so you can interact as well. But when the people on TikTok interact with me, that's when I'll be looking up like this and I'm not ignoring you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add them in a couple of minutes. And I want to say thank you in advance to anyone out there that's even taking the time to stop by and watch for a few minutes. I'm going to be on here for probably 20 to 30 minutes just to give you a little Monday motivation to go through your day, and hopefully it can carry you through the week or at least help you. That's what I'm here for. So hang on while I add the TikTok audience and we will get started with the talk then, which will be very brief again. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Alba. Good morning to everyone. I hope you're having a great Monday so far. Mondays are the day of the week that gets the worst rap because people look at it as a chore to get up. But it's actually a blessing. It's actually a blessing. So, good morning to everyone. Thank you for joining me on my live. Good morning. Kennedy. Thank you for joining the live. Good morning, you all. Good morning. Good morning. A sacred pause. This is Monday Motivation. This is Monday Motivation. Hi, Azure. Thank you for joining the live. Look at you showing up on a Monday morning. I'm good. I'm very well. Why? So, what happened? Wow. It's okay. You're here. So, this is the wow. How did that happen? I'm trying to get, I don't know. I didn't set up my stuff right. And Sacred Pause Publications is not able to join the live. Let me see. Let me see if I can wake them up. Shake and bake and wake them up. Hi, Prince of Poems. Thank you for joining the live. Okay. I am Sharice Watson. And I am the owner and founder of A Sacred Pause LLC. A Sacred Pause LLC is a company that is completely dedicated to helping women transition easier through peri and postmenopause. And it has two branches, and that is Sacred Pause Publications and Sacred Pause Botanicals. Sacred Paws Botanicals is not available yet as far as the product line, which is designed to help women in peri and postmenopause. The reason is it has to be more development to go on before we can start offering the product line. And because we started out as a partnership and then had to become just me, it's going to take time. But that is what a sacred pause is. A sacred pause is a company dedicated to helping women transition easier through peri and postmenopause. And through Sacred Pause Publications, I wrote a menopause wellness journal called But My Vagina Still Works, which is available in the TikTok shop. So you can get that at this time, right now, in fact. Also, when you do purchase a journal, you get 30 minutes of free menopause wellness coaching with me and my 21 years of experience on this journey. Hi, Pat. Thank you for joining the live. And so, what I've decided to do is to go live on a regular schedule so that I can connect better with people in the TikTok streets as well as YouTube and Facebook. So I'm live on all three of the apps right now. And so the people on Facebook, if I look down like this, that means I'm looking at comments from YouTube and Facebook and, vice versa. I already explained to my other people, so they know. But anyway, I made a commitment to go live regularly. And so my live schedule is Monday mornings at 9 a.m. for a little Monday motivation for you to possibly to help you get through the week. And today I want to talk about physical activity in menopause, staying active, because on my journey, I when I started in perimenopause, which was in 2005, I was very active, and hi Anthony, thank you for joining the live. Yum Kitty, Karma, thank you for joining the live. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday morning. When I started the journey in perimenopause, I was active. I was a size 8, and I had been for many years, and everything was working, in that area. Hi, Arlene. Thank you for joining live. Hi, Jackie. And so everything was working fine. And one of the symptoms of perimenopause is weight gain, right? For some people, everybody's journey is different. Some people gain weight, and believe it or not, some people lose weight. But a lot of us, a larger percentage, start to gain weight. And even though you're active, you could be active, you could be very healthy, and then menopause starts, perimenopause, and you start to gain weight, and nothing that you're doing or have been doing. Hi, Simply Angel. Nothing that you are doing or have been doing seems to work, and the pounds just keep coming on. Has that been anybody's experience in the room? You can just put it in the comments. Mm-hmm. Wow. Congratulations to her. Mm-hmm. Right. What? Well, you know what? Because on top of menopause causing those hormonal shifts that cause you to gain weight. Also, when you get older, your metabolism naturally slows down. So it's a compounding factor. And which both of us, yes, hypothyroid also compounds that. So you find yourself, everything was good, I everything's working. I'm good. My body's tea. And then suddenly whatever you're doing, it ain't working no more. And the pounds just keep coming. And it can become very discouraging. Mm-hmm. That's a big jump. But well, maybe they're not equating it to menopause or perimenopause. Mm-hmm. Right. So I just want to explain what happened to me during that period of time. I continued to try to work out. I spent money even on personal trainers, and it nothing was working. It was not working. I went to the gym regularly, and then I got to a point where if doing all this and I'm still going to gain weight, then I'm going to stop doing it because it's just a waste of time at this point. And I did. And then I got over 200 pounds at 5'2". So stopping wasn't the answer, even though it was frustrating to be doing all that work and not seeing any results at all. In fact, it was worsening. So today is that's what my motivational talk is about today, is not stopping being physically active. And there are many ways to be that are not stressful on your bones, your body, that are not going to take all your sap you of all your energy, that is not going to make leave you feeling sore. Because I know sometimes when you start a new program and you go all in, I know y'all know it's true, and then the next day is like you sore as hell, right? Right. Because you got to take a break to get rid of the soreness. And then it's like, eh. Right, right. But not only that, because now we know how menopause affects your brain and your mood. And what you said is so true. There will never be a day that comes on this God's green earth that you exercise and then feel bad afterwards, unless you hurt yourself. Now that is completely possible to do. But if you just exercise and when you're done, you usually feel much better, right? You feel motivated to go do something else. Is it? Mm-hmm. Yes. I diddle. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And hi, Dr. Hardy. Welcome to the live. My vision ain't that good. Uh-huh. Right. Yep. And that is enough. If you do that every day, or at least maybe 3 to 4 times a week, That is good. That is good. Motion is medicine in peri and post menopause. And it's a medicine that you definitely need. So, because I, I was able to get some most of the weight off. Like around the time the pandemic started, I was about 180. Still too big for my 5'2" frame, but I had gotten off a lot from that perimenopause and postmenopause weight that I had gained. I had lost at least 40 pounds of it, right? And then the pandemic hit. And I gained it all back and then some, because that month in March when everything shut down, it was just like devastating, because I had my own business, a salon business, and it was shut down. But do you think that the owner was going to say, "Oh, you don't have to pay for your space anymore"? The person I was leasing from, no, I still had to pay him. So that, even sometimes he wouldn't charge because it was an option. The state of Maryland had given employees the leasers the option, except for in the home, like you're renting a home or that sort of thing was different. But businesses, they were given an option. So I was under a lot of stress. And during that month of March till May, I gained all that weight back. And so that's when I implemented what I'm doing now. And that is walking, just walking. I do a challenge every quarter, and I've been doing it since May of 2020. And that is to get 10,000 steps a day for 60 days. Now, for a while, I was doing it all 60 days in a row. And then I got a hip problem in 2022, which I now know, of course, is a part of menopause. But anyway, I adjusted and I stopped doing 60 days in a row. And now I do it. I still get 10,000 steps a day for 60 days, but I only do it during the week, Monday through Friday. And I take the weekends off. So I'm on a break now, because once I get to the 60th day, I can take a break until the next quarter. And my break this time was a little longer because of going to see Jill Scott. That wouldn't have normally been my day to get steps, but I ended up getting over 14,000 steps that day. So that made my 60 days come sooner. And so I've been on a break, and it's been a nice little break. But I'm going to get back to it. And that will be when the new quarter starts, July 1st. So I want to challenge my listeners on Facebook and YouTube, as well as TikTok, that if it is at all possible health wise, that you join me next quarter in July, starting on the 1st, get 10,000 steps a day for 60 days. And so you have between July, August, and September. That's right. Yeah. To get 60 days of 10,000 steps a day. You don't have to do it all in a row. In fact, I encourage you not to. Wow. See, and you still are getting the benefits of movement. You're getting the benefits of the dopamine increase and the good feeling. You're getting the benefit of keeping cortisol levels low, because women in peri and post menopause are going through a lot of stress, and stress you wouldn't believe. Like, just, the things that are happening in your body are stressful. Hot flashes cause stress on your body. A lot of things that happen to you, lack of sleep, because that can happen, that causes stress on your body. So movement helps with all of those, right? It helps with sleep. It helps to lower your cortisol. And so just implementing movement as your medicine. And I'm not talking about going out and running marathons. I'm just simple movement as she said using the infinity hoop is providing her with steps. You said for how long? Because I'm repeating this for Facebook, and 30 minutes is over 2,000 steps. That's great. Get your sexy on. It's probably helping to form your waistline too, right? Wow. That's awesome. She's been doing it for 4 months. How many months? 1 month and 4 inches. 1 month and 4 inches. Come on now. Infinity hoop. That's awesome. Okay. I think you're giving me a cue, right? Okay, so let me just inform the people on Facebook and YouTube what you said, because they can't hear on TikTok, since I haven't been able to connect TikTok to Restream to do it all together. So for the Facebook audience and YouTube, she said that not only did she use the infinity hoop, but she also changed her diet and started using recipes from this book called Kitchen Alchemy, which is a book published by Sacred Paws Publications. Yes. And so she's been using the recipes in there and becoming more active with her infinity hoop. And that caused her to lose 4 inches on her waist and 6 pounds, right? Wow. That's awesome. And thank you for using Kitchen Alchemy, because this book is filled with phytoestrogen based recipes to help women transition easier through perimenopause and postmenopause by helping you to balance your chakras and hormones. Now, how does phytoestrogen foods help to balance your hormones? Well, because they mimic the effect of estrogen on the body. So I'm not saying that it's a miracle drug, but hey, somebody's getting results. Man, that is such a good feeling, right? Because, okay, I can't wait to see. I'm so excited that this is working for you, because that's so encouraging. Even, yeah, something happened to my Restream connection. Whenever that happens, I'm noticing, because I'm streaming on all three platforms, whenever I freeze up, it's because something happened on the Restream app that I'm using for Facebook and YouTube. I see that now. Anyway, okay, I'm not frozen, right? Hi, Sherry. Yeah. And that's why I said to people, whoever's able to walk and join me in my challenge that I do every quarter, whoever's able, try it. But if you're not, at least know that there are other ways that you can move that don't require that much stress on your body that will still be beneficial to you. And I want to also say on this Monday motivation that if you're not seeing results, just keep going because you are doing something good for your body. You are doing something good that's helping you. And eventually, you will see the weight drop off if you keep being consistent. That's the thing. You have to be consistent, right? Wouldn't you agree? Mm-hmm. Yes. And help your sleep. Hi, mask off. Mhm. So what are her results like? Oh, okay. That's great. You know, it's also discouraging when you're trying to lose weight. If you Hi, mask off. Thank you for joining us today. Yeah, if you're exercising with a male as a partner, men lose weight faster too. And it's so like, oh, I hate you. Right, right. And then you put one piece of morsel of food in your mouth, and it's like, I'm back. That's the way it is with men, and that's what was a little discouraging back then for me too, because the personal trainer that I had hired, this was around 2015, 2014. It was a male, and he just didn't get it. He was he kept trying to make me run. He kept trying to make me run. And I'd be like, sir, I'm not running unless somebody's chasing me. he yeah. It's with looking back on that whole time when nothing was working, it was so discouraging. And the symptoms were just piling on, because I couldn't sleep. I wasn't able to be having regular smacks because it was painful sometimes. And it was just like a whole bunch of stuff piling up. And that's when I got to that dark place where I was depressed, and, I'm not saying it was because of the weight gain. I'm saying that that was part of it because those things pile up. Mhm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a lot. We as women go through a lot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. You're going through your you're going through your metamorphosis. I'm so I'm so corny. And that's the beauty of journaling, isn't it? That's the beauty of, even though, say it again, I'm sorry. Wow. And I believe that, because that is the beauty of journaling, your experience in this menopause journey, because you can look back and see what was working for you, as far as the holistic solutions that you use, suggested in the journal. You can look back and see, which ones worked, which ones didn't. You can also look back and see, oh, last year, like Azure said, and you all didn't hear it on Facebook and YouTube, but she said when she looks at her journal now versus last year, she sees a completely different woman, right? That's paraphrasing, but that's what you said, right? And a part of that is journaling your experience, which is why I made the journal for women going through peri and post menopause. And that's a perfect way to end this Monday motivation live, because TikTok really encourages you to go live for over an hour. They be like 2 hours. When I put my live schedule into TikTok, they be like, well, 2 hours. Yeah, go ahead. And I just be laughing like, really? No, 30 minutes. But that's just enough time for me to give you this message today, to try to motivate you to get in motion however you can. If you can join me in this next quarter coming, so you have a day to prepare, a day or two to prepare. I think Wednesday is the first, right? Or Thursday. But anyway, you have time to mentally prepare yourself that you're going to participate in this 60 days 10,000 steps a day challenge with me. And, I can encourage you along the way. Follow me here and in other places, and inbox me. I don't feel like walking today. Help me. I will help you. And also, if you purchase my journal, I will give you 30 minutes free of menopause wellness coaching. Okay. So let's keep those things in mind, because this company at Sacred Pause LLC is here to help you transition easier through peri and postmenopause. Okay. Do you have any closing remarks, Asher? You're going through a metamorphosis, and a metamorphosis to me is probably not comfortable. I don't think the butterfly is in there changing from a caterpillar into a whole different entity easy. I think something's happening in there for the butterfly to come out beautiful like that, after being, not that a caterpillar is ugly, but it does look kind of slimy. There's some cute caterpillars, I guess, but what comes out after the metamorphosis is beauty, colors, shining. That's what's happening to you. Hello, they can fly. They can fly. They was crawling on the ground. They was crawling. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining me today. And I will be back on my live schedule Wednesday afternoon at 12 noon for Sacred Pause in the middle of the week. So stay tuned for that. Thank you again. Y'all have a great day.